Hi. Today, I want to share a little bit about why forgiveness is so important to me and why it is that we chose to go ahead and offer the forgiveness workshop a second time right away. Um, one thing to point out is that if you've been kind of following this journey of the mindful improv journey since its inception in November of last year, you might have noticed that the first time we offered this workshop, it was called The Path to Forgiveness. And the second time around, I chose to call it Freedom Through Forgiveness. So the reason for that really speaks to the heart of what this workshop is all about. So originally, The Path to Forgiveness. I called it that because it was so important to me to focus on the actual, practical, everyday, how do you choose forgiveness? There is so much out there about let go and let God, or forgiveness is the best gift that you can give yourself. And I think that's true. I think it was Maya Angelou who said that, and I love her, as so many people know. But what I'm interested in is in my everyday life, while I am in the thick of it, while I'm in the woods going through what I'm going through, how do I do that? How do I choose forgiveness in my life? So originally it was called The Path to Forgiveness because the whole point was we're going to go over practical, everyday things that you can choose to do to make that process a little bit easier. But in creating that content, what I realized is that forgiveness isn't the destination. We're not talking about the path to forgiveness. Forgiveness is the path. Forgiveness is the path. It's the process by which we ultimately experience more freedom and more love and more peace. So this time around, calling it Freedom Through Forgiveness is so meaningful to me and so important to me because that's what it's about. It's not about integrity. It's not about choosing to forgive someone or yourself or a system. In my case, I think a whole lot about forgiving foster care, but we can perhaps get coffee and talk about that another time. But it's about self-care. It's not about your religious obligation to do something in order to be a good person. It's about taking care of yourself and realizing that there is so much freedom on the other side of doing this work. And it's hard work. It's really hard work. It's emotional work. It doesn't necessarily feel good to start unpacking that stuff that's in our soul basement, as I like to call it. That process doesn't always feel good. But there is so much love and freedom and peace that comes with being willing to invest yourself in this journey. So that's why we call it Freedom Through Forgiveness. If you are at all curious about this or interested, the workshop is coming up on Saturday, March 3rd. It's a morning workshop, so it starts at 8:30, but we encourage folks to get there at 8 a.m., and have time to eat some bagels, have some coffee, talk with some new people that maybe you haven't met before. I think that that's also an important part of the experience as well. So come at 8 a.m., we'll get started at 8:30, and that's the plan. So if you are interested, but you have some questions or you have some reservations, please reach out to me. I am so happy to talk with you. It's very much my intention and my interest for this to be a healing experience. I believe that it can be. I have seen it be that for people the first time around, and I would love to include you in that journey if that's something that seems meaningful to you. So thank you so much, and I hope that you are having a wonderful, rainy, albeit Thursday afternoon. Thank you. Bye-bye.